seems to think we're back. Yep, the chat says we're back. We're back. Okay. I don't know what happened there. My software completely crashed. So I had to reboot the whole thing and start again. So basically, welcome to the stream because I'm going to ignore everything that happened in the past 5 minutes and I'm going to just start again. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis and welcome to another live stream. A bit of an impromptu one, but it's all fine. Jeez Louise, so much faff. So much faff trying to stream. It's worth it, but it's so much faff. And the sound is good. Thank you for someone letting me know in the chat. As far as the Necron stuff goes, I haven't looked. Is there lag? Oh god, the last thing I need is bloody lag. I'm not getting lag on my end. I'm not getting lag on my end. Must be on your end, I'm afraid. Okay. I'm going to just clear the air right now. I'm not talking about leaks. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. My personal opinion is basically, if it's leaked, I don't want to know. I'd rather wait for the game to come out before I do anything. So, if someone asks, have I seen the leaks of Necrons or Chaos or whatever, the answer is no, and I'm not looking, and I don't want you to tell me. I'd rather wait until the game comes out, get it in my hands, and just have it. That's my plan. I don't want to see leaks. I don't care. Don't tell me. I don't care. Yeah, basically, don't mention the leaks. And yeah, there was some stuff for the Necrons and Warhammer community on the faction focus, but there was also a massive leak today. I believe that included Necrons, and I just wanted to get that out there before people ask. We're not talking about leaks. End of debate. I'm just going to get a drink. Opinions on chapter tactics. I'm hoping chapter tactics come back. Chapter tactics hopefully will be a good idea because they're an interesting twist. But I don't just want chapter tactics. I want to see regimental stuff, clan stuff, dynasty stuff, sept stuff. I want to see a full range of tactics that don't just apply to Space Marines, basically. So bring them back if we get more that applies across the armies. Would you ever play White Scars? Play, maybe. Collect, probably not. Too much for paint to paint. There's a face to the voice. Long and short of it is, yeah, this is what I look like. If you just watch lore videos, you wouldn't know that. Rather have the imprint from the horse's mouth rather than... It's less that, it's more the fact that it just ruins the initial, oh my god, I want to see what my army does experience. Do you think Eldar Star Cannons will have an overcharge gets hot? Well, maybe. I mean, it depends if they want them to behave like plasma. In the live Q&A, they seem to hint that chapter tactics will be stratagems based on keywords. Oh, well, they are chapter keywords, so that's definitely possible. Would I play Necrons? I used to play Necrons. I then sold it to Luke. Will there be any super orcs? Probably not. Probably not. Right, I'm going to try a second time. Oh, hi Ben. I'm going to try a second time to tweet out that we're live. And hopefully this one doesn't crash the bloody stream as I try and do it. Checking, checking. Oh, this is gonna get hairy. Right. Live. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, that's not that. That's that. Alright, bomb. Bomb. Okay, we're good. I'm not looking at the leaks, Ben, whether you're joking or not. How do you think they made the new Primaris Marines? They talked about it a little bit. I think it was on Monday. They've got 3 new gene seed implants, from what I can gather. I don't know all of the other stuff. How do melter weapons work? Have we seen the stats for a melter gun? I'm not sure if we have. Waiting to paint my town until the new books. I want to see what potentially new cool sept schemes are. I don't think the colour schemes are going to change all that much. It's just the sept synergy that might become more of a thing. WHC said Necron dudes can go back at the start of your turn on a 5+ instead of it being a save. Yeah, kinda. It's more a case of they get back up, but it's not just they get back up the turn they die, it's that they can get back up any turn, so you basically have to track your entire dead pile throughout the entire game, which is fine, but also kind of, I do not play White Scars. Why is people asking about White Scars? The size of melted weapons, I wouldn't even know where to start. They're going to get a pair of Riptides to the digital camera. Yeah, cool, good idea, go for it. Oh god, now Ben and Luke are having an argument about leaks. As in the vegetable leak, not actually leaks of the rules. Sigh. Will this mean that you could bring them back if the unit's gone? No, I think it's until the unit dies. Once the unit's dead, it's dead. I think it's a case they can rejoin their old unit as long as their unit's still alive. But once the unit's gone, that's it, they're gone. I think that's how it works. I'd need to double check. I am not a good source of Tau advice. I play Farsight Tau, I play One Way. I'm not an expert. I did a Tau Tactica with Invasive Wargaming. You can check that out if you want to get some stuff. Remlay should play a game of Tabletop Simulator 40k. Well, we can kind of play regular 40k if we ever get to meet up, and Tabletop Sim, maybe, but they'll have to update it for 8th edition. What am I drinking? I'm just drinking Fanta. What would happen if Amrakir awakened every Tomb World? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Don't play and collect and lore it. Oh, fair enough. Well, fair. Any units added to your Tau army? Not recently, no. I've been very busy over the past few weeks with exams and stuff. I've done a little bit of painting on a tactical marine for my Prospero box, but that's it. Are the Stormcast a good army? I haven't really played enough against Stormcast to know, I'm afraid. What do you think new Primaris Marines will have on the Tyranid Hive fleet? Bigger warriors. What do you mean, what do you think the new Primaris will have on the Tyranid Hive fleet? You've lost me. Okay. Can Necrons be reverted back to normality? So can they achieve biotransference? I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's unlikely, but I'm thinking no. I'm thinking it won't happen, but I won't rule it out. Oh, new warriors. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be given, like, every army's going to get bigger stuff as a result of the Primaris Marines. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think that's kind of the plan. I have not tried Dead Zone. I've seen the models. They are pretty good models. I've not played it though. Stormcaster are general all-round good army that don't excel in any specific area. Apart from, I think they've got good mortal wound output. What am I pre-ordering on Saturday? I'm probably going to pre-order the rulebook and potentially an index. I'm going to speak to Kieran and we're going to sort out... The problem is I'm not going to be here for pre-orders because when the edition comes out I'll be back at home, so it's kind of neither here nor there. Like, I can't have it shipped to store because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to have it shipped home, so it's just something I've got to think about. If they could, they still will not have a soul, and that to them is the bigger problem. Perhaps, yeah, with Necrons, perhaps. If you're wanting a fast unit for Stormcast, you've got the flying guys, the what are they called? Not prospectors. Pro something. I forget their name, but you can either get them at range or not. Do you pre-order online to go to another store? Well, I don't have another store, that's the thing. There's no Games Workshop at home anymore, so I can't have it to be pre-ordered to Games Workshop Sheffield, because I have to go all the way to Sheffield to get it. Protectors, is that what it is? They're flying guys. Is that... No, it's Prosecutors. Prosecutors, I've remembered now. Thank you. What's your opinion on the rumour of Dark Angels being possible traitors? They won't canonise it because they need Dark Angels to exist for the Space Marine roster. What's a good way to have Crisis Suits complement your Fire Warriors? If you've just got Fire Warriors, your Crisis Suit needs to do your anti-tank and your anti-heavy infantry. Dark Angels are loyal, damn it. Well, some of them are. But yeah, this is the problem. I can't have it pre-ordered to go to store because there's no store for me to pick it up from. I'm happy to pay for a delivery to my house. It's just a case of can I do it? I need to go in on Saturday or on Sunday and find out. I need to speak to Kieran over tomorrow or Friday, and then on Saturday I'll go and sort out the actual finances. For an impromptu stream out of nowhere, got 36. Can I order it to the shop in Barnsley? Because it's not a GW store. It's an independent. Am I allowed to do that? And it's a free delivery above 25. It's above 50. I think for Forge World. I remember pre-ordering Magnus, and I think I still had to pay delivery. I was over 100, I think, for Forge World to get free delivery. They lowered how much you need to spend recently. Yeah, they must have done it recently, because I'm sure it was been like 50 in the past. Kind of wary that Lion was in league secretly with Chaos since he took too long in the war. When I get to the Dark Angels in my Legion series, I'll see if I can find any evidence. You can ship to an independent store. Okay, awesome. Just because I'm not going to get home to see Carl until like Tuesday or Wednesday the 13th or 14th. So if I'm going to have it pre-ordered to that store, I need to do it like on Saturday. And in the past, I just had it shipped to Meadowhall and got it from there, but then that store closed. You should be charging, you dumb thing. There you go. Yeah, it varies in the States. So I'm in the UK, so it's a different ball game. Have I considered a Twitch channel? I don't live stream enough to consider doing things on Twitch. I'm quite happy, and it also divides my audience a little bit. So where I was streaming on YouTube, everybody's in one place. So I'm kind of happy with the YouTube situation. What's a good all-round army with good scouts and range? A good shooting army, probably Seraphon can do high magic output, but then so can demons. I don't think there's that many good shooting armies in the game. In AOS, there's not a lot of good shooting armies. There's armies that can do some shooting, like Seraphon, but not great for scouts and scouting units where you just want an army that's got cavalry, or equivalent to cavalry. I don't think there's many good ranged armies, as I say. If you're wanting ranged units, things like the Stegodon, Stormcast Justicars, or whatever they're called, Justicators or something, there's a bunch of stuff. Love all things Necron, but I really wish we get either new models or some new units. If you had to guess from all the fluff stuff, what can we hope for in terms of new units? I'd very much like to see Pariah's back. Tower 40k, not AOS. Different game. Beating guard with Tau. Face rush, or just outranging and just kill his tanks quickly. Worst chapter in terms of skill success. In terms of success rate, the Iron Warriors were terrible. I don't really know about everybody else's win rate though. Dark Elf Chariots, yeah, the Corsair, I know its name. The chariot with the bolt thrower. Oh, Judicators, thank you. Do you see your Tower army changing into the new edition, and in what way? Well, I play thematically, so I'm hoping that my Farsight Bomb army will still be viable. Basically, I'm just going to tweak by adding in or removing units as best I can to fit the Force Org and stay on theme. That's basically the plan. The Judicators are the guys with the bows, the Prosecutors are the guys with the wings. World Eaters are awesome, kind of feel sorry for the Primarch. Yeah. The World Eaters are decent. They're not my favourite, but they're decent. And Angron, you can't not feel sorry for Angron in a way. You know what? I think I'm just going to wash this Marine while we do this. Could see Pariahs. I remember hearing someone that Traz in the Infinite has a Gene Seed in his collection. Fair enough. And Ahriman. Ahriman's Thousand Suns. Yeah, keeping track of dead guys and units is going to be annoying, so basically, yeah. Angron is cool but needs a chill. He can't have a chill pill. Have you not noticed he's kind of got the butcher's nails in his head? And Farsight for the moment will be in the Tower section of the Xenos 2 book, for now. What they do with them long term, whether the Enclaves get their own supplement, we will have to see. Anyway, I'm just gonna wash this Marine while we do this. Yeah, knowing about the nails, fair enough. It's just a case of you can't really ask Angron to calm down as a result of the nails. It's not really something you can truly fairly ask. No, his transformation to demon form cured the butcher's nails, but he then became completely turned to corn, so separate thing. And Inari are a separate faction, yes. Oh, Silent King model, that would be awesome. You're not that late, we've only been going for like 15 minutes. Couldn't the Emperor do something about them, like suppressing them? I think in his conversation with Arkan Land, it was sort of confirmed that removing the nails would have killed Angron at that point. Which Chaos Guard would you join? Probably Zinch. I mean, I've got 1,000 Suns army, and I love Magnus and Psychic Powers and stuff, so yeah, almost certainly Zinch. Plus I'm a planner. What was the background process behind your character's lore video, the plot idea, and the character's events involved? I needed basically to justify why my character was a Psyker and Tau, and at that point it was just get on with it, and since the comments were being so hilariously characterful, I thought they'll add a couple of references in there, and that was basically the thought process. Because I'm not very good at Homebrew, as probably many of you know. Having Nick Xenos 2 and Chaos in front of me, we're not talking about leaks. I've said this already, I might have said it before the stream crashed, we're not talking about the leaks, end of debate. What do you think of the idea of Chaos Tau? Interested to see how it goes. Needs to be handled correctly for me to like it, I think. If they handle it correctly, it'll be awesome, but they've got to handle it well. Yeah, such as you two, because you two were particularly active in the chat at that time. Suppressing. I don't remember seeing anything about suppressing the nails. I never remember seeing anything about that. Do you think the 30k staying in 7th might introduce other races into it? They might, but for the moment, they need to get all the legions done. What they do with it afterwards, whether they do like the War of the Beast or something, is completely on them. If they decide to branch out, then great. If they don't, then that's fine too. Would Chaos Tau work? Yeah, they have got a warp presence. It's very small, but if the gods decide to pay attention, I suppose they could do something. What do you think of the new starter set? The new starter set is decent. You've got a good variety of units for both armies. Some good looking stuff, and you've got all the rule books and stuff in there, which is really, really important. Don't have no psychic mark. No, they do have a. I think I'll quote Texas feature. They do have a warp presence, but it is very small. They're not blanks. They're not blanks. They're just almost. It's kind of like non-psychic humans. Hopefully, the force figures them a chance against psychic units. They do need some psychic defense. That's true. People have books early, I think, because like some gaming stores need them for pre-orders. So I think some stores have been able to get their hands on them early. Either that or people are just scumming them, which I disapprove of entirely. You get small rules pamphlet in the star box. I think you also get the large rule book. But yeah, that's mainly for fluff and more missions and stuff, which is great. I like more missions out the gate. I'm down all the time. Have I read all of the heresy books? Oh heck no. Way too many of them. You run a store and got everything last week. That would explain it. A Chaos Necron's a thing? No. Will I do Alexa's intro? Never. Ever. Stop asking. You're wasting your time and your effort. Mr. Kelly explained that the Force Sphere was neck deep in the Warp Rift, so the gods will have a strong enough presence to influence the Tau. If that's how they put it, fair enough. That's interesting. What are you apologising for? What am I painting? I'm painting a 1,000 Sun Marine. I'm just washing now. Just doing the wash. Got base coats in him already. Actually experimenting a bit with this mirror. I bought some corn red the base coat. So I had more options for so I had a lower another red for Magnus, and I thought I'll try it out on a Marine, see how it looks, rather than testing on the Primarch. And I quite like it actually. I've already done a layer of Mephiston red like as an initial highlight just to pick details out, but the wash should eliminate the worst of it. For asking the question now, cool, it's fine. Favourite Power Armor model? Probably, I really like I'm fond of Mark 3 and 6. Probably 3 and 6. Can Orcs even fall to Chaos? No, not that I'm aware of. Yes, they can. Chaos Orcs exist. Chaos Orcs exist. They're rare, but they exist. Like Storm Boys can fall to Khorne, for example. What prompted you to start my channel? Basically, I was kind of falling out of love with the hobby in like when I was like 17. Well, actually, no. I was still madly in love with 40k, but I wasn't enjoying playing. So Ben, our Chaos player, not our Space Wolf player, who's been in the chat earlier, said, "Why don't you start a channel?" Because he used to have a channel, and he said, "Why don't you try that?" Because obviously you still really enjoy 40k, but you're just not enjoying playing. So it's because of him. That's why I have this channel. As for its future, well, that depends on how life treats me. I mean, I'm going to try and keep it going while I'm going through uni and through employment and try and keep it going as a hobby, but I can't promise anything, and hopefully, if it all goes well, we'll just keep going. I don't really want to stop. Oh yeah, Ben's still here, cool. And the Orcs on Khorne's plan. Oh yeah, you've got the Tusk of the Demon Killer. Do you think the new Dreads have a Tau influence? Unlikely. Unlikely, but I won't rule it out. Can Catan fall to Chaos? No, they're kind of gods in and of themselves, sort of, technically, maybe. Yeah, I suppose a painting channel is one of those things. It's kind of hard to make stick. You've got to be really good to make that stick, I think. Or you need to be a really good character like Duncan, or both. Just painting Ulrich. Fair enough. Yeah, he's painting a wolf and I'm painting the true winners. The Galactic map actually showed off the state of the town, but did it? I missed that. You're welcome. It's always a nice story. I like telling that story because, like, I'm basically here because I got, like, this is the thing that kept me in the hobby, and that's the way I always think about it. Is like this channel. The reason I still play and enjoy 40k today is because I have this channel that got me through the time when I particularly wasn't enjoying playing 40k, which I always find interesting. Isn't the new Dread just the old one with larger legs and extra arm? From what I heard, you can remove all the arm. I haven't seen. You'd have to actually unbox it and try and put it together before I could get an answer on that. Oh, the one at the Warhammer event. Okay, fair enough. I wasn't there. I didn't see that. I've got a message. Okay, that's my grandma. Fair enough. Have a lot of Necrons. I haven't painted them yet. What kind of colour schemes do you think would look cool? Well, my Necrons, I did still in silver, but I did them like purple, and then I painted the green energy cores blue. It kind of looked derpy, but it worked for me. Just basically, I don't think it's up to you to do what you do with cool. Everyone's got a different definition of cool. If you want to do like something like cyberpunk or like robot or bronze or rusted, you could try that. I'm not an expert on what's just you think the rule of cool is. I didn't call him a wolf, and I called him a wolf. Difference. They said you could remove the front armor to reveal the sarcophagus. Fair enough. Good 40k audio drama. I haven't actually listened to any 40k audio dramas. I know, shock. I haven't actually listened to any of them, I'm afraid. Is it just me, or is the amount of information released on Warhammer Community going down? Well, to be fair, other than like the rules, which we got out immediately, the amount of actual information for the game we were going to get was always going to go down. There was no way they could keep supplying that much information at that rate of knots for that long, so it's fine. Could I throw in a link to Duncan's channel? It's the Warhammer TV channel, so just look for Warhammer TV. Did I say Wolfen? Slip of the tongue, I meant wolves. Do I watch the whole Reach video series? No. I know there's loads of books on YouTube, I'm just very, very busy and don't get time to do it, my bad. The drama's very short, so not much content to them, more like a little nugget of fluff that doesn't mean anything. Oh, there's a lot of good fluff in them, like Butcher's Nails and stuff, just I've never got round to them myself. There we go, that's the black wash done. The pink Necron. Well, whatever you think looks cool. I'm I personally think like a pink type Necron would look stupid, but if you think it looks cool, go for it. Do Krieg use abhumans? No, not to my knowledge. I think abhuman regiments are kind of separate anyway, but I believe no. My plan with Dark Eldar is basically, if Lady Malice gets rules, I will play Dark Eldar. And that's it. First spheres are as is, the fourth sphere is developed by Chaos, and the fifth sphere is cut off. Okay, interesting. Did they show the enclaves on that map? Just let me know. And it is animate batch painting bearable. Break it up. So like paint 10 models at a time and put the rest in a box and don't touch them. Paint 5 at a time, 10 at a time, 3 at a time, whatever you're comfortable with. That's what I would do. So with saying that about the amount of information each day decreased, I'm guessing the release day was pushed back and they've had to be spread out more. I don't think so. They'll have planned this all out. They'll have really planned this all out. They're meticulous. How long's the stream going to go? Probably till about 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that region. If Creed and Abaddon swapped roles in the universe, how screwed is the Imperium? Well, that would have meant Creed was a space marine and Abaddon was a guardsman, because Abaddon's been around for 10,000 years. Have Groot and Tyranids? Yes, it went horribly wrong, so they're not allowed to do it anymore. When is Lorgar coming back? We don't know. Eventually. Yeah, there's some interesting fluff in the audio dramas, but I think it does matter. I think every piece of plot is important. Like, I found references that come up a lot. I think it's best case to say every piece of fluff is worth listening to or reading if you get time. I would always extol that. If you want to avoid painting blues, put something you enjoy on the computer, either some music, audiobook, TV show. To be fair, I always have music on when I paint. Always. I remember seeing enclaves as the galactic map in the rulebook, so it showed the main planets and areas for all the races. Don't think the enclaves are important enough to be counted. Oi, but fair enough. One of the twin Primarchs, you mean Alpharius and Omegon? Can't tell you that. A multiple of 2 weeks away. 2n weeks away, where n is an integer. I don't have music on right now because that would mean I was being distracted by music whilst being distracted by a stream whilst being distracted by painting. I'd not be able to read the chat if I had music on and I was painting. Love to hear the Phoenix Lords meeting up before the fight in Fracture BLM. Did they? I don't remember them happening there. Oh, right. It was on a galactic scale. Fair enough. Fair enough. Think of the rules as a structure to play the fluff. Yeah, to be fair, the fluff I think the fluff should try and define the rules. With the new start set being Classic Chaos Speed Marine, what do you think about more sets like it, like Necron, Eldar, Orc, Imperial? I'd love to see it, like more box sets that give brand new models and brand new rules for stuff, but it's probably a little bit of a pipe dream. What happened to the Groot that ate the Nids? We don't know exactly, but it probably caused some absolutely horrific mutation that they basically couldn't recover from. It killed them, and so the Shapers decided we're not doing that again. Siege of Vrax audiobooks, the regular books are fine. And yes, a Century 101 box set would be cool, but it's too far back in the past for them to do it now. They might put the scenario of Century 101 in narrative play maybe sometime. Best story with Angron is After This Share. I don't recognise that name. X times 2 weeks, the formula of the Legion vids. Also, the Death Guard getting a vid. Yeah, all the Legions are getting one. I can't tell you when, but they're getting one. Krieger's regiments in vitro, I think is the word you're looking for. So any mutation strain is killed off. They also have a lot of have a eugenics program, a really damn good one. All 6 Phoenix Lords attack the Thousand Suns whenever anyone gets attacked in the orbit. Oh, there's more than 6 Phoenix Lords, just for the record, but fair enough. I don't think the crew turned into Gene Stealer. Since they don't have plastic, so it's not too late for a new box. Then again, the Necrons won't get anything new, as everything they have now is mentioned in the book. Yeah, that would be the problem. It would be a case of redoing some old models. It wouldn't be brand new models. Right, what's my flesh wash? There we go. This time you got the hint. Ah, cool. It's nice to see somebody gets the hint. Hope the new Gilliman is a troll traitor, the new extra armed Marines are in on it. No. No. Gilliman's Imperial to the death. Literally. It doesn't suck that way. It just needed to happen. Ooh, new flayed ones. I'd love to see new flayed ones, because flayed ones are a pain. How big are the Iron Hands ties to the Mechanicus? They're pretty strong. The Emperor isn't a super genius. He's smart, but he doesn't know everything. Full story and Tales of Heresies about the Warhounds first. Oh, I didn't recognise the name. Okay, it's the one where he beats the crap out of Khan. Yep, another one. It wasn't the Rana Dandra, that's why the Lost Phoenix Lords and co weren't there. True, but fair enough. Fair enough. No, Gilliman is not the Emperor. He's not your Emperor because he's nobody's Emperor. He's the Lord Commander of the Imperium. Huge, huge difference. No, it was because of that. Yeah, the resin flayed ones are just ugh. Did not enjoy working on those. I never even painted them. I thought they were kind of cool. Vitae Womb. It's kind of like IVF pseudo. It's like IVF, but then done outside the body, I suppose. Ridiculous or funny force group. That's the Orcs. The Orcs are there partially for badasses, but also partially for comedy factor. Necron Assassins don't have infiltrate. That's because they teleport. That's the way they work. Yeah, I suppose the Flay One fluff isn't as interesting, but I don't really remember the old fluff as well. But then again, if you like flesh, I kind of like the Flesh Eater Courts from Fantasy or from AOS, and they're kind of the same idea, so I'm kind of alright with it. Yeah, resin's not that fun to work with, so Magnus is going to be a nightmare. Un vrai cauchemar. Orcs are not pure comedy factor, they're semi-comedy factor and partially badassness. But they are probably the most comedic of the armies in the game, yes. How much of the human body can you replace with cybernetics and still be human? Well, if you ask the Mechanicus, everything but the brain. They've swapped everything but the brain. I don't know whether they count as still human, but I think the only thing they can't replace is the brain. Why doesn't Greek use cloning? It's more efficient. I think they kind of might. I'm not sure. There's no record of them ever using cloning. Also because ineffective. It kind of works both ways, I suppose. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Shoulder pads. Old fluff couldn't accept their metal body, so would skin anything in order to dress themselves in the flesh. Flesh would rot off, so they needed new. That is kind of interesting. The Tau use AI. Yes, they do. Their drones are rudimentary AI, but AI nonetheless. Yeah, the Flesh Eater Courts are awesome. I've play tested them a couple of times, and they were really intriguing to play. If I wasn't already committed to AOS Elves, I would probably have picked up Flesh Eater Courts as my army. Mainly because I wanted to do them like Fallout Ghouls, actually. I wanted to paint them in like Fallout style, and the Ghoul Kings would be glowing ones. That was kind of the plan. I know it sounds dumb when I say it now, but that was the plan. A Fallout-themed army. And then the Crypt Horrors would be super mutants and stuff. That was the idea. Is your guys' Games Workshop always empty? No. It's never empty. Never. I think it said... what do you think will happen with the Primary Space Wolves and Blood Angels? We don't know. I'm hoping that they don't just shoehorn Primaris Wolfen and Primaris Death Company, because then that sort of means that the little guys don't have a unique trait to them. But I think they'll still be suffering from the Red Thirst and stuff, but the Black Rage might be unique to the old guys. What books have Necron stuff in it aside from the Codex? The World Engine, that's one. Damocles, not Damocles, what's the planet with the thingy with the Necrons that had Sicarius on it? Oh Christ, what was that planet? Is it possible to see the Tau AI uprising? Not impossible, probably won't be done in the fluff. FAQ for Shadow Wars: Necrons and Wraithguard are unliving and are immune to toxic attacks, but drones aren't. I know, that seems a little bit odd. Maybe it's more like it's what they're made of as well. Damnos. That was it. Thank you, Ultramarine. It wasn't Demos, it's Damnos. That was the world. The Fall of Damnos, or something like that. Oh. I don't know why I keep having to crick my neck. No, mine wasn't Fallout Necron, mine was Fallout Flesh Eater Courts, because they had actual ghouls. But yeah, Fallout themed Necron might be interesting. Wouldn't Wraith units be living bones of living material and get infected? It's Wraith bone, it's kind of weird, but, like, yeah. Oh, you made it to a stream live. Good, glad you can make it. If they shoehorn Primaris to make like that, it's just to prove they just made Primaris to push model sales and nothing more. Well, in a plot sense, they make sense. Having new Marines just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they? When they make Marduk, who's Marduk? Fill me in. Deimos is the place where it's the Deimos Peninsula with an I in the middle, not it's Deimos, D-E-I, Moss. Primaris Iron Hands would be hilarious. It's of course spent all his time making them. They'll just chop bits off and replace them. Valid. I don't know if that was the way that happened. Did the Alpha Legion have any unit usually effectively plotted into the tabletop? In 40k, not so sure. Is Uri Venture still around or is he dead? I believe he's still alive. I haven't seen him canonically die. He's a Dark Apostle. Okay. If they get back to doing the Word Bearers again in one of the Heresy books, they might cover him. But the Word Bearers have already got a chunk of stuff, so they might not. Silver and Black Stormcast. Sounds good. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm not answering that. Quiet moment in the chat. When I get something in, when the chat says something interesting, I'll respond to it. Most edgy Stormcast of all time. Well, to be fair, edge highlighting is probably something that you do quite easily with Stormcast. Normally Wraithbone is described as grown from the warp and then warded against being remoulded by enemy psychers. Yeah, it is grown, definitely, and then sung into shape. Considering the huge difference between Necron Tech and Human Tech and warp stuff, would it be possible for Necron to teleport into the Imperial Palace throne room? That would require using the webway, and the Golden Throne's kind of keeping that webway gate under control. So, no. How do you think the Death Guard's new rules will affect the game? Hopefully, everything else will get powered enough to balance. I'm just hoping that the meta's going to be relatively good balance. Guess a better question would be if Wraithbone has bone marrow, and you still need ligaments with joints that can move, and that's organic. I'm not up on the Wraith constructs and how they function, I'm afraid. What's in a Dreadnought? Basically, it is a corpse, but the guy isn't quite dead. So it's an almost dead Space Marine. Which craft world was assaulted by the Tyrannids? It was Eandon by Kraken. Behemoth went to Ultramar. I think it was Kraken nearly killed Eandon. Would I fit offensive weapons on my battlesuit? I don't need to. If needs be, I might get something, but probably not. I like the new Immortal Terminators. They're not quite immortal. What is the most beautiful model there is? Magnus's human model is my favourite model right now. Yeah, it was Eandon. Thank you for filling me in. If the Void Dragon is imprisoned on Mars, how big of a disaster would it be if it broke out and was released from its prison? It would be pretty damn bad. Dreadnought equals life support system with guns. Pretty much. It's not his brain, it is his body. It's not just the brain. Am I the only one said that the new Death Guard are to scale with the Primaris Marines and not the little guys? Yeah, I was surprised that they're on that scale. But yeah. Malantai as well. Yeah, the Doom was from Malantai, not my Mara or whatever you're trying to say. Do you think Captain Skyrim will be upgraded to a Primaris Marine? I bloody well hope not, but it might happen. Because someone getting a Dreadnought while they're still healthy, they'll never be able to leave again. But, yeah, they can't. I don't think they can get out again. At the end of all things, will the Necrons just win? The Orrery is kind of weird because they're using it to keep balance in the galaxy of like all the star systems, so it probably won't be used properly. Well, if only the brain was salvageable, yes, but they try and the sarcophagus is generally able to hold a larger body. What do you think? What kind of role the Grey Knights play? Same as they always do, dealing with demons whenever they pop up, as best as possible. Did Voldus do anything in Gathering Storm? Not as far as I'm aware. Which God's Cult will get new models rules next. Probably Slaanesh, because we got a little bit of stuff for Khorne, and we got Khorne Demonkin. And then we had the Tzeentch stuff with like Magnus, and now we've got Nurgle, so it's probably Slaanesh's turn next. I don't know what I want to see for Slaanesh, really, other than maybe a new Noise Marine kit, because that's kind of necessary. But, yeah. Personally think that's out of all the races to survive the end, it'll be Orcs, Tyranids, and Necrons. It'll be Tyranids or Necrons, or both. That makes no sense. Sorry. Design-wise, which Dreadnought is pattern is the best tactically speaking? Well, everything has a different role. Like the Librarian Dreadnought, I particularly like, but that's very specific. The Ironclad has a specific role. I think probably the Venerable, because it's got the most options. The Necron's win condition is... The Necron's win condition would more likely be conquer the galaxy again, find a race of biotransference, and then biotransfer, rather than biotransfer then conquer, because that inherently has risks. Like, if someone finds a flesh-eating virus that works against their species, it won't work so well against living metal. And it also makes them mortal again. What do I hate most from 3040k? I don't know. I don't really hate many things. The Necrons didn't wait 40 millennia, that's 40,000 years. They waited 60 million years. They waited 60,000 millennia, was their alarm clock. So that a person getting a Dreadnought and fighting it at the end of the battle just leave? No, I don't believe it can happen. Have I seen the stats for Demon Paramount Magnus? Bits of it. Why is it called 40k? Because 41st millennium. It's in the year, the sort of year 40,000, or the 41st millennium. That's why it's called 440k for short. And I just got a text, fair enough. Have I watched the Aeronautica series? I haven't had a chance, I'm afraid. Sorry, Ramlays. We need a show called Everyone Hates... Oh, yeah, Erebus. There we go. That's who I hate. Erebus. Erebus is a dick. Where do the Tyranids originate from outside of the old ones? There's nothing can evolve in the void. Don't know. Don't know. Tyranids. Win condition is very odd because if someone's getting the old body back, some just want to be left alone. And yeah, the Necrons vary quite a lot. That's true. They do it with a Titan. A Princeps... Well, yeah, but a Princeps isn't... It's a completely different interface. They're not, like, hardwired. They're melded with the machine, yeah, but they're not hardwired. Like, it's like an orc who gets into a death dread can't leave for the rest of his life, even though he's perfectly healthy. And yeah, they are kind of just ticking into 41,000 now, yeah. Would it be correct to say blame Erebus? Yeah, agreed. Oh, does it vary by Titan? Oh, right, it varies by Titan. Good to know. Actually, yeah, that's true. I think the Imperator Titan in Hell's Reach, the Princess had to be like replaced when they basically were consumed by the machine. They can leave in Warhounds. Yeah, I think that is true. Yep, sorry, my Titan lore isn't 100%. You defeat the old ones. The Catan and then I think the Enslavers finished them off. Have I seen the news of the return of Epic? No. No, I haven't. Got a new knight. Do you have any lore about the house or the colour scheme or anything? You could easily get something simple there, but I'm not the best at names. Erebus is my personal hero. He took a stand against the tyranny of the false emperor for the good of all mankind. Sure. Necrofire's current... I'm not finishing that. I think you're trying to make a Dreadnought into a battlesuit. Yeah, Dreadnoughts aren't battlesuits. They're completely separate things. Yeah, Hell's Reach is a great book. Also, the Princess and anything where Warlord up is in a tank summons the old Chrono Invigilata. Ah, that's how it works. I will not be getting the Gabriel Angelos model. No. All models in New Epic will be plastic and based on 30k. That's intriguing. Fair enough. When we get an official announcement of that, I'll see. Was anything new for the Iron Hands? I'd love to see a card in Stronos model, but I wouldn't bank on it. In Warhammer Fest, many pictures came out about the new game. Ah, fair enough. I just haven't seen them. My bad. Oh Oh, he left but then died soon after, right. Free Blade serves the Blood Angels, silver, red, and gold. Sanguine Blade? Maybe? Sanguine Blade? I feel like a little law scribe helping the main writer. Yeah, it's just you're saving me the time of doing research. Yeah, Centurion is a suit of armor, Dreadnought is a coffin. That's true enough. There's a sequel to Talon of Horus? Cool, didn't know that. Also, how do demon princes live in a Dreadnought? They don't, question mark? In Imperator Titan, the princess can leave is in a heresy book. I don't remember seeing that in Galaxy in Flames, my bad. Kaon. Oh, Iskandar Kaon, that would be cool. I'd like to see a model for him, he'd be nice. What's your opinion on Forge releasing more name characters for Heresy to make more fluffy armies? Down. Completely down. Do it. More fluff. More fluff. More narrative. Give me more narrative, please. Which Catan would you like to see get a model, and what do you think would happen if a shard became full, not just transcended? If the Catan became full again, then the bleep hits the fan. What do you think of the Blood Angel army, Blood Raven army with Gabriel Angelos and both tanks of Space Marine? It's just a Space Marine army at that point. Also, yeah, that is a Hellbrute, not a Dreadnought. But yeah, go for it. A mixed Blood Raven army led by Gabriel Angelos? Go for it. I don't know if Gabriel Angelos is going to get rules, though. For a good three-blade name, look up Renaissance. Yeah, looking like the Italian Renaissance, that'd be quite good as well. Something a little bit of flair and artiste, and something like that. It can only happen if they were in a Dreadnought before there is. A Dreadnought can become a Demon Prince? I didn't know that. The most all-round army of 40k is probably the Space Marines. Horus's Legion before he turned was the Lunar Wolves, which then became known as the Sons of Horus, after Ullanor, and then became the Black Legion after Horus's death. How is power armor put on? With great difficulty and a lot of help. And it is in pieces. It is definitely in pieces, as far as I'm aware, rather than as a big giant suit like in Fallout. Small Forge-World models might be moved to Games Workshop. Maybe. What is the lore of Lady Malice? Yeah, my Italian accent is terrible, shut up. Lady Malice basically was an Archon, and one of like Vet's consorts. I'm not going to go with lover, but consorts. And then he got bored of her, threw her out, and she got pissed, took her cabal into the Webway, found Chegarak, who was all sort of set up by the Harlequins, beat Chegarak in a game of riddles, got Chegarak's heart and swapped it for her own, or a crystal heart with a being believed to be Chegarak, and then returned to Comorat and is now plotting because she's Dark Eldar. Is it true that the Sons of Horus all look very similar to Horus? Not all of them, but many of them did. That's where the Sons of Horus nickname came from, and then the official name change happened after Ullanor. What would happen if Lucius the Eternal tripped, fell, broke his neck, and died? If somebody laughed, they'd probably end up... I don't know. Lucius is convoluted in a plot hole. First, the 16th Legion was the Lunar Wars, then the Swords of Horus, then the Black Legion. That is correct. Are Necron Destroyers the Necron equivalent of Dreadnoughts? No. The Necron Destroyers are psychopathic Necrons who have got themselves fused with bigger guns and a floating platform to help themselves kill more stuff. Yeah, I'm warm. It's been a long day. I had an exam at 9:45 this morning. Would you like a Dawn of War Total War? A 40k Total War could be interesting, but it wouldn't really work so well because we don't really do regimented, and the regimented style are like Total War Warhammer and Rome and Medieval. Excuse me. Medieval 2 and stuff. It wouldn't work the same way in 40k. Is being a servitor a punishment? Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, she survived the breach of Kane's Gate. Comorar lives, and Malice lives too. The exam went alright. I could have done better. I really think I could have done better, but I made a mistake. It's fine. The exams are going generally really quite well. I've got one more in a week's time, and then I'm done for exams. 40k Steel Division. Oh, that's the tank control game, isn't it? Could be interesting. Survival horror. Oh, God, yes. Space Hulk. Survival horror. God, yes, please. A little bit of trivia. The term Shadow War originates in the Horus Heresy era. Yeah, I believe it does. The Shadow War, I believe, was the one fought by the Assassins or something like that. What is an arco-flagellant? Someone who... it's punishment of some sort. They sort of get, like, brain wiped and then implanted to go completely crazy on a trigger. Something like that. Lucius needs to die. Correct. On Mars, being a servitor is seen as an ascension to the cult mechanics. On a normal world, it's a punishment. Yeah, that's true enough, because it's kind of mind-wide, but you become more mechanical, so the mechanics can take it both ways. Destroyers and Necron Lords that went insane just want to make themselves killing machines. Destroyer Lords are, I think, like, there are some, like, lower Necrons, like Immortals, maybe, who can become it as well. Survival Horror, yeah, you'd have to be like a Guardsman or a regular Astartes as opposed to a Terminator. Good luck with your exam tomorrow. Hey, don't go complaining about being 16 in secondary school. Trust me, it's one of the least stressful times of your life. Maybe Shadow War Heroes will be eventually made by GW? Maybe. Steel Division is not just tanks, it's the invasion of Normandy. Oh, right, sorry, I'm getting confused. Well, there's not really many games that work like that. Like beach landings and stuff, it would be a drop assault. Why is the Imperium xenophobic? Because a lot of Xenos want to kill them. Guards simulate during a Tyranid attack plasma. Yeah. Fair enough, someone's got to go. That's fair enough. Been good talking to you. Yeah, night. Right. Let's do some highlighting. Archifagilize lobotomized into a servitor with electroflails, soothing hymns keep them in check, turn those off with trigger word, and they become killing machines, same with pennant engines. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's a criminal of some sort, violent killer, and then just make them go completely crazy. Yeah, Necrons probably do have a lot of scope for fluff. Tau have a lot because they're still making shit, but the Necrons do too. I was the oldest in my class, so I don't really know how to sympathise with the youngest, but I was the oldest, pretty much the oldest in my year. I think my brother was the only one older than me, and that was by 2 minutes. An AOS RPG, ooh, ooh, ooh. I like the sound of that. And a 40k RPG to follow up? Go for it. I like the sound of that. Should the Dark Elf Guard get a Titan? Why not? Not D-Day sort straight out. Oh, it was like the invasion once they got the landing down. Fair enough. I'm decent at edge highlighting. I'm quite good with edge highlights, to be fair. Nothing's crashing, nothing's crashing, please don't be crashing. Oh, the bitrate went too high for a second. Okay, but that was a while ago, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. What Age of Sigmar army does, I have a Dark Elf army that I'm waiting to use once they get some rules. And yeah, dry brushing does work. Basically, it is an AOS 40k RPG, but they're made by Fantasy Flight with like backing from GW, I think, rather than being actually made by GW themselves. Critical crime is so bad that not even death is punishment enough. Fair enough. There's maybe a 30k in the works. Just putting this here, I don't know if it would be true. Fair enough. That'd be interesting. Destroyers and Mortals, but they went mad because of code or something. Yeah. I thought it was more like Immortal, and then you have Destroyer Lords, who are the next step up. Same question, I need to ask, can you hear the music? Because there's music outside now, can you hear it? If you can, then I need to tilt my window. Oh, you gotta go, fair enough. Well, I'm gonna be going for another, like, half an hour, 45 minutes, before I wrap this all up. Well, actually, I'll probably just stream until this guy's finished. That's what I'll do. I'll stream until I've finished this model. No music. Good. Merci. Don't have to shut my window. We'll make it even warmer in here. The Servo Cherubs are probably background because they haven't really got anything to turn into them. I'm not wearing a hat, no. I'm not wearing any sort of hat. Just, that's hair. It's, as I said before, it's just a tactical marine from the Burning of Prospero. You know you've got a problem when you buy Kurs even though you collect 40k and just thought you'd look cool. Oh, come on, Rule of Cool is fine. And it's a Primarch. You're well within your rights. Based on Rule of Cool. I don't know how long this will take me. This will take me as long as it takes. Probably will take me no more than an hour. Might take me a tad over an hour if we have technical difficulties or I get very distracted by the chat. EVE Online 40k. I've never played EVE. Don't really care about it. How would an AOS RPG work? Well, you can make it work. I'm not up on all the details, but you can do it. It can be done. I'm sure. Someone's got to go. Fair enough. Yeah, I know. I'm probably being quite boring right now, doing all my painting. I'm just looking down like a dullard. Phone. There'll only be more questions if I get more questions. And bear in mind, we don't have to talk about 40k. I know obviously this is like 40k and AOS and that's what we talk about, but we don't have to. Like we had a really interesting debate about AI a couple of streams ago, which was really, really fascinating. So I'm open to topic suggestions. I'm helping you study. Oh, I'll do that, fair enough. I'm not going to talk about the general election in the UK. I don't talk about politics on this channel. I'd say you should vote. If you have registered, then definitely go out and vote. But I'm not going to try and give people any influence on people's opinion. The psycho worker that's linked to the machine spirit and priest of Mars. I vaguely remember that. Yes, I vaguely remember that. Keep painting, but show the mini before wrapping up. Sure. Remind me. Remind me when I finish. Tory is conservative, for those who do shorthand. Studying for a psych exam. Oh god, psych. What happens on Venus? Well, Venus was conquered by the Iron Warriors in the Great Crusade. Like, it was like the third planet taken in the Great Crusade after Terra and Mars and stuff. And the Iron Warriors took it. After that, we never hear about it again. To my knowledge, I don't believe Venus is ever mentioned again. MMO Battlefleet Gothic, that would be cool. Not psycho, just like psychology or something. I'm not that up on brain science. But God, I'd love to be a psychic sometimes. Like, obviously not if demons could eat my face, but I'd be so down with having psychic powers. This is the time where I really wish that I wasn't just going to get a copyright strike if I put any music on. Like, I really should get a easy listening, like, jazz, copyright-free streaming playlist that I could put on while I'm streaming. I should do that. 3 exams next Monday. Oh, rip. Could you make a microwave gun work by encasing your target in a power field of similar containment? As long as they're in the path of the radiation, then I suppose you'd be alright, but you have to keep the radiation focused upon them, so yeah, you might need, like, stasis or something. If you had any superpower, what would you choose? Honestly, I'd be quite happy with telekinesis. I used to say telepathy, but that's just creepy. So yeah, I go with telekinesis, just easier. The new Twin Link rules are Twin Link weapons more or less effective than before. On average, they'll be just as effective, but honestly, I think if your ballistic skill is good, then you've benefited. If your ballistic skill is bad, you might have also benefited. If it's used to hit on 4s is now also hit on 4s, well, it's a net even, but it's got a potential to be better. Oh, that's a hellish exam schedule. If a Gauss weapon and a melter weapon fired at each other and the blast hit, what do you think would happen? I don't know. I'm not that good. I don't really know how Gauss weapons work, to be fair. Ultramar gets independence, what would happen to the Imperium? Depends if they dealt with it quickly enough. If Gilliman was leading the rebellion, well, the Imperium is probably flipped. Has anyone heard anything about chapter tactics? We're not talking about leaks, so if anyone has heard anything, please refrain from sharing it. Sorry to the person who's asking, but we're not talking about leaks. I have not seen Alexa's Land Raider, actually. I should probably look at that sometime. In Doctor Who, once a Time Lord dies, his mind is uploaded to the Matrix. With a huge computer use the device to seek counsel in the matter of government. Should we do the same thing? That's creating a hive mind, basically. A consensus of a sort, and that's interesting. I know you probably can't hear the music outside, I've already asked, but I am very tempted to shut it right now because it's not very good. When you're in France with the podcast, also appear in your channel in rotation only around the sex. The plan is nothing will change. The plan is that nothing changes. The channel keeps going as normal, the podcast keeps going as normal. I basically plan for my year abroad to have the minimum impact on this channel as possible. And yeah, actually that Time Lord thing is the Eldar Infinity Circuit, you are correct. A replica of the Codex Astartes. That would be interesting. Favourite lore of this chapter? Salamanders. Probably. Mainly because I've done so much lore on them for the Legion series and I actually found them really interesting. If you can hear it, I should probably turn it off just in case. Also it is annoying, so it's not very good music, so I'm going to turn it off. Banking on chapter tactics or Legion specific rules. I'm hoping that we'll get Legion tactics or chapter tactics and sept tactics and regimental tactics and stuff. I'm hoping. I'm not banking on it, I'm hoping. Oh, that's better. That is so much better. I don't really know how to discuss crossovers, such as, oh, if this person was in the 40k universe, I don't even know where to start. What are the female... I've not actually shown my army to anyone at uni. The guys who came here, Isaac and Ed, they've seen our models. And I've shown a couple of people a few minis, like from my town, my Thousand Suns. But generally I don't really talk about it. They never really ask and I never really tell. And I think that's just the kind of way we like it. I want to get them all on a stream before I go home next week, or the week after next. So hopefully they'll all get the chance to see these armies before then, or at that time. Right, I think that's the red highlight done. Any tips for storing models? Don't throw them in a box, basically. Brief summary of the World Engine, Necron device, can't remember what it did, destroyed by the Astral Knights at the cost of the entire chapter. I actually thought the Order of Kronos was sort of a nod to Dot 2. It could be. I mean, GW is not above making that sort of reference, but I don't know. I can't believe there's still 50 people here, despite the fact that I'm just sat here painting. Didn't they say something officially about chapter tactics becoming more in line with the fluff of the chapter? I forget. They might have done. Mulling over armoury ideas. Fair enough. If we were to build an Infinity Circuit in real life, what kind of technological advance? Well, we need to understand if souls exist for a start. If souls exist, then transferring them becomes the next challenge, and I don't know what you do with that, and if souls don't exist, then the Infinity Circuit is impossible. She made vids of painting, I'm sure. No, people wouldn't just come to watch me paint, because my painting sucks ass. It's terrible. Well, compared to most people, my painting is terrible. Question: how soon people despite having painting it is a good chunk of Warhammer. That's true, but it's just surprising. Would Chimeric Gene Seed actually play more of a role in the current edition? What's the Chimeric Gene Seed again? Remind me. As far as I'm aware, none of the fluff is changing. As far as I'm aware, the old fluff is there's not really retconning anything. I think they said that it's going to be the same 40k. They're not really going to retcon much. I remember talking about this in the in the video I made when 8th edition was announced. Not if you can simulate multiple brains. Oh, goodness. 1 part money, 1 part building, 1 part painting, 1 part battling. Don't forget all the reading. If you were to design an Imperial Guard regiment, would it be loyal or renegade? Loyal. What would its main combat method be? Probably a bit of a versatile one that basically focused around infantry. And what would make it unique? I'm very bad at homebrewing, honestly. I'm not very good at it. Gene seed taken from 2 different Primarchs. Oh, hybrid gene seed, right. It might still be a thing. I don't know. We don't know if the Primaris gene seed is chimeric or not. It could be, and if it is, it'll be interesting to see how it all reacts. Because, like, are there any chapters that we know that are chimeric that we know of? We know it exists, but are there any chapters that particularly come to mind? I'm all right on the guard ideas. I used to have a guard army, but I've scrapped it now. Everyone knows the only 40k invention we need IRL are bolt guns. I'd rather not, because rapid-fire grenade launchers are terrifying, quite frankly. Oh, Minotaurs are chimeric. Fair enough. Right, what highlights am I going to need? What do you think happened if Primarch got the pariah treatment? Many weird shenanigans that I would wager, though I wouldn't want to wager what sort. All I'm going to wager is shenanigans. I only know if individuals are from combined gene seed. Okay. Well, the Minotaurs are a large group, so that's fair enough. Honsu? Huh. I never saw a reference to that, but he could be. That's interesting. Anyway, sorry, I need to work out what other highlights I need to do. Probably just one more. Actually, if I'm showing a level of... I'm kind of making this like a sort of all-out test model, so I might actually try and go a little bit more to town on this one. The Demon Princes choose their own form, is it determined by their patron god? As far as I'm aware, it's up to the god. As far as I'm aware. I'm not sure, though. Honsu definitely sacrificed Imperial Fist gene seed. I don't know if his gene seed is made from it. Oh, they call him a half-breed. Oh, that would explain it then. Okay, fair enough. God. The lore channel being educated by the chat. If you're tired, you gotta go. Fair enough. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Oh, no, not again. What? Why is it crashed? Nope. Okay. It should be back. Oh, did it crash? It says we're back. It seems like we went for like 10 seconds. It definitely went. It definitely went. But we're back now. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. If you're having issues, then refresh. Oh, it didn't crash. Oh, well, I had a weird thing where it said I lost data for a second, and then someone said in the chat that it crashed. So, that's intriguing. It didn't crash for everybody. Huh. But I'm glad it's back working. Good. How long do you think power exosuits will be used on an industrial scale? Probably not too long. Probably within my lifetime. Mine live for about 3 seconds. Okay. It seems to vary for people. Some people have reported crashes, others haven't. God damn it. Why is the camera like 140? It should be at 360. It should be streaming at 360. I know that's still terrible, but I set it to stream at 360. If it's streaming any worse than that, then I apologise, but it should be 360/30, because that's about as much as my computer can support. And yes, I know my computer is a load of arse, but it does everything I need it to do. It should be at 360, not 240, but if it is at 240, I apologise. It shouldn't be. What do you think of the fact that stores in the UK can sell GW product for the same price that I buy it from GW for? Yeah, the fact that I don't know how it all works, but I do know that I can get my models from an independent for the same cost I get them from GWs. But, I don't know, it's weird. I know it makes life awkward, but then again, if you're further afield, then you don't really have the same competition. If you give the word bearers a named character for 40k, would it be, or would you make one up? It'd be nice to see Erebus and Corferin back in the rules, actually. As I say, I'm very bad at homebrewing, so I wouldn't want to try. Which lawless primal will come back next? Probably Lion. It's almost certainly going to be Lion. If it's not Lion, it'll be Russ or Dawn. Because, you know, favoritism. Okay, and bada bing, bada boom, bada bosh. Right. Independent get discount on large volume. Yeah, order in bulk. How much would you pay for a Psycho Knight for your 1,000 sounds? I would kind of like that to be a thing. I don't know how much I'd pay for it, but I'd be kind of happy to see it if it became a thing. Demon Lorgar would be good to see, because we don't really know what Demon Lorgar looks like too much. Well, to be fair, you're talking about counterparts. Well, Human Magnus came out not long after Demon Magnus, bear in mind. Does Slanesh need a redesign? Perhaps. Would I be able to do it? No. Because I'm not very good at graphic design and all of that shtick. Not my thing. Right, just need to do the gold, and then we're done. Probably. And then I need to stick the bloody thing together. I'm not even going to attempt the transfers live on stream because that's just such a faff. I'm not even going to bother. Well, I'm going to bother, but I'm not going to bother now. Is it the currency exchange? Yeah, the currency is a pain in the arse. I can see that. I don't know. I can say that I want something to change, but it doesn't mean I necessarily know how I want it to change. I mean, I find Slash particularly to be creepy, and while I appreciate that that's kind of necessary for the whole nature of the god, I personally find that Slash is too creepy. Oh dear, someone's doing Spandau Ballet lyrics in the chat. That's embarrassing. What are the posters in the background? That is a Stomper, Istvan 3, and some Wood Elves fighting some Plague Bearers. That one's from White Dwarf, that one's from White Dwarf, and that one I bought in GW for a £5 when it was like almost like a getting rid of stuff sale. All this talk of Primal, so there's a Blood Angels Primal, I'm just sitting there hoping I'll have a chapter in it. You'll have a chapter. What's left of it, anyway, especially considering Cabanda's saved your life, apparently. Someone's leaving, fair enough. I hope you enjoyed the stream. God, this is a faff. Metals. Metals. Such a bloody faff. Metallic paints are such a pain in the butt. Like I say, I would put some music on, but I'll get copyright striked if I put it on where you can hear it, and if I put it on where I can hear it, then that's just rude. Also, the longer this chat goes, the longer it takes me to paint this, the longer this stream goes. So you may want to find a way to distract me before I finish the damn thing. Right, let's have a look. What new Primaris cardboard? Oh, is there like a cardboard cutout for stores and stuff? Fair enough. Do you think the heresy would have happened if Dawn was War Master? Potentially, but it was all set up anyway. If you believe alternate heresy things, it's up to you. Like personally, I think it was gonna happen. I think there was always gonna be. Why am I? I'm not done. So they send Primaris to all the chapters. What about on the other side of the rift, learning just Primaris? They'll get there. Hopefully, maybe, theoretically. Cut the metal paint with a little opaque colour that similar gives it a bit better cover. Well, this is one of the dry paints, Sigmarite, and it doesn't always flow so well. It's not designed to flow. So it's even more of a faff. I mean, it's alright if you're like highlighting raised edges, but if you're just like trying to highlight, it's a pain. But then it's also fine, so I don't really mind. It's just a bit of a slow grind to get it done. The Primaris Marines make a lot of sense. Like, I'm not 100% happy with the Primaris Marines. There's some things that are a little bit weird and I want answers, but they make sense. It makes sense for Call and Gilliman to create a new breed of Space Marines to help them retake the Imperium. It does make sense. And considering it had been commissioned after the heresy by Gilliman for Call, it makes even more sense. Like, and we talked about it on the podcast as to why it wasn't finished earlier, but I think they do. To use my apparent catchphrase, they have their place. What if the War Master role was split? It wouldn't make. It wouldn't. The point of War Master is it's whoever's overall charge of the Imperial military. So it was never going to be split. Shows the progress. Sure. I'm just about done anyway, so... Right, if I just quickly shove the arms on. Right. So, I don't know how well you'll see that. If I just turn my light... Ow, that's hot. Okay, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. Right, if I just put that super intense on the wall... So yeah, that's where we're at. It's probably going to look terrible to you. It looks not great here either. But that's the Marine. He's basically done at this point, as far as I'm concerned. I asked a question for the stream with the other two and I worded it wrong. Sure. Try. Magnus or Farsight? Farsight's better in 40k because Magnus is a demon. Okay? There we go. Yeah, lens flare. I know. My bad. Sorry. It's really not amazing. It's barely what I consider it pretty good, but for most people it's terrible. Angron I think is better than Doombreed? No, Doombreed would almost certainly win. I'm not sure. The arms are not magnetized, they're just not glued yet. I didn't glue them on for painting. Yeah. A council of equals. Well, that wasn't the way it was designed. It wasn't designed as a democracy or a council. Basically, there was a chance homebrew guard regiments could exist in canon due to the length. Yeah, like this is the point. Homebrew chapters and regiments are so easy to do. Oops, I'm gonna put that on my knee because it's less loud. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's basically done. I'm gonna glue that now. Do I like the Demon Magnus model? It's fine. It's not my particular favourite, but I'm happy with it. It's all right. Prefer human, but demon's fine. not too bad. It'll do. Do I like Maltese model? Well, we haven't got Demon Mortarion yet, or we haven't seen it in full, or if we have, it's been a leak, so I haven't looked at it. Human Mortarion looks pretty damn good. But Demon Mortarion should be fine as well. Should look pretty good, from what we've seen. Right, that's that done. So, I think we'll have 15 minutes, maybe 20, and then we'll call it a night. Because this was impromptu, we've already been going for an hour and 20 minutes. Will I start a new army for 8th edition? Not currently. If Malice gets rules, I'll start a Dark Eldar army eventually. But it's not top of my to-do list. God damn it. There we go. That's not funny. 30k, 40k killing, which is better. Rules-wise, it's hard to know. Model-wise, I think I prefer 40k, but not by much. I'm not a particular fan of 3D printing, in answer to that question. I'm not a huge fan of 3D printing. It's an interesting idea, but 3D printing just puts me off, because it's taking money out of the people who need it. Have I seen the new Black Library books? No. If you want to give me some Tau lore, sure, go for it. See if you can give me anything I don't know. You'll probably give me a bunch of stuff I don't know. Shoot. Right. Painting section. Done. We're just going to talk for 15 minutes. Good grief. I did hear a rumour the Farsight's blade was of Necron origin. Yeah, it could be. It's more likely to be It's a phase sword of some. It's got a chronophagic alloy, so we think it is Catan or Necron tier design. God. Loud phones. Yeah, the thing about Farsight's blade is it's not commonly accepted, but I think if you ask a theorist, it's the running theory on Farsight's blade is Catan or Necron tier. We'll watch back on now. Is the Thousand Suns your favourite army, or is it just Magnus? Well, the Thousand Suns have got some good characters as well. Like, Armon's story is really intriguing. Armon's not terrible. Iskandar Kaon's a badass. And if you read the Thousand Suns lore in full details, as you will when I do the Thousand Suns lore video, you'll find they are really intriguing. There is a Magnus book in the Black Library. They've been doing a series of Primarch books. One for Guilliman, one for Perturabo, and one for Magnus at the moment. It's called Master of Prospero, I believe. Basically, the 4th and 5th are expanded as prior expansions had, but the rift that opened cut off the 5th by basically destroying the 4th. Now there is no comms with the 5th. Oh, I thought it was that the 4th was lost, so the 5th was launched afterwards. Well, this was just for a one-off model rather than converting. Yeah, I understand, like, but the problem is once you start, it sets a precedent. Can you now get Imperial Guard as mercenaries? Not to my knowledge. Yet. Admittedly, Scourges are awesome. Are thou a scholar of the memes? No, I'm really not a meme person. I'm not a fan of memes. I do not use memes. Pretty much ever. Ever. What? Did it crash? It didn't crash for me. It didn't crash for me, and I haven't had an indication of a crash. Personally, I think Angron the World Eater is the best. From what I learned from you about Magnus, I must say is cool. Yeah, to be fair, Angron is one of my favourite Primarchs, and the World Eaters are pretty cool from what I learned about them in the lore series, but I prefer the Thousand Suns and probably always will. Tower Empire has been a little hurt by the sudden removal of the laws put into the expansion without any return. That's true. What do you want the Sister Purification return? What army should they be in? Well, they'd fit right in with the Adeptus Sororitas if they were going to return, I would say. That's a good way of putting it. Thousand Suns my number 2 after the Iron Warriors. Oh god, I'm not a fan of the Iron Warriors actually. I did their lore video and I was like, they're not that amazing. I'm really not as much of a fan as I thought. Do a what Primarch are you quiz. I think Kieran linked me one time and I think I got Rogel Dawn, which is fine because I'm extremely boring. What do I like from Dawn of War in general? I've only played Dark Crusade, so I'm not in a position to comment. that are desperate to allies on the races while focusing on them defending the safe expansion like 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay. So they're fishing for more allies, fine. They're being a bit insular, fine. And the 5th sphere is cut off, which may or may not involve the enclaves. I really want to know where the enclaves are at. Obviously, I'm kind of got a vested interest. I'm a Farsight fan, but I do want to know. Yeah, you did it and got Magnus. Fair dues. And that's all you know. Okay, good to know. Thank you for letting me know. Like I say, I've been a bit out of the loop with the whole development business. And that's why I'm going to get the rulebook so I can read the plot and find out where the flip we're at. Bum, 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 bum. And that is memes and puns, and I'm not talking about it. Or you better start Love Iron Warriors or punch you, I swear on me, man. Why did I read that? Why the flip did I read that? Lost all interested in Space Marines, both loyal and traitors, don't mind the guard. I get what you mean. They call it the Damocles Gulf because that's just the region of space. I believe it's some sort of, there must be some big gap in the void or some intraversible region of space. Could be completely wrong. This is just guesswork on what Kelly told me. He obviously can't disclose much. Yeah, and this is why I want to wait for the rulebook so I get all the facts. Because I want all the facts, because I am a nerd for this stuff. Am I excited for the new lot? I'm interested to find out. Yes. I just want to find out, basically. Honestly, while you're not my favourite YouTuber, I think it's best to interact, but stay the second. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you. Are the Tau close to Eldar tech-wise than the Imperium? They're more advanced than the Imperium in some ways. I think if they had enough time, then... Yeah. I want all the facts, but I want to wait for all the facts. I don't want to spoil myself. Yeah, because basically I've got 2 weeks where I've not really got much study to do, where I can just like get excited for it. I haven't been able to do that yet, and I get a chance to be excited. I don't just want to all just boom spoilers, and I've got to digest it. It's like, oh, yeah. Was Pertwee screwed over by the Emperor? Maybe. What would you do if suddenly an explorator fleet appeared above Earth? If they had Imperial sigils and stuff, I'd be like, oh god, we're in trouble, and just hope that it will. A Tau Eldar alliance would be cool. It will never happen, but it would be cool. And yeah, you don't have the book. Yeah, the other guy was saying he's got the book and could tell me. But I don't want to know yet. Will the Tau develop something similar to the Space Marines? If they believe that it's the right way to go, then yeah, but I think their style of war is too mobile for Space Marines. Like, ground-pounding infantry, like being the core of their army, is not really their style. Or, well, it is, but it isn't. Like, they're too maneuverable and they don't really care about holding ground, so I don't... They might develop something similar, but it won't become like the staple of their army. Culture stops them developing to Eldar levels. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lack of space for innovation, I suppose. Well, not a lack of space for innovation, but a lack of freedom to innovate whatever you want. It's very much, this is what we need you to develop, go, from nothing, rather than, oh, just do what you want. There's definitely a lack of cultural freedom there. I can see that. I can see that logic. Ugh. Assault Marine Tau, I'd love that. I'd love Assault Tau. I want Combat Tau to be a thing. I know it won't happen because the poor sacred plot, but god, I want close combat units for Tau that aren't Kroot. What I'm most excited about in the lore for 8th edition, honestly, I'm just excited to learn what everybody's up to. I want to know what happened to Comora. I want to know what situation the chapters are. I want to know where the enclaves are, for crying out loud. I want to know what effect the Cicatrix Maledictum has had on the Tomb Worlds, whether it's forced them to reactivate early or destroyed a bunch or what. I want to know all sorts of stuff. I just want to know. Eldar culture was pre-Slaanesh very lazy, wanting to have tech do everything. The Tau are more, they do their job for their life. Well, yes, but having tech make their lives easier is also something that the Tau could do, because they use drones to aid them in their development all the time. How do you feel about the Ultramarines founding the Ultima Founding? I think the Ultima Founding is just badly named. That's basically all it is. Will Caller fix the Red Thirst and Black Rage? He'll have tried. He'll have tried. Will he have fixed it? No idea. Plasma Cutter's built interface. I honestly, I think of like Omniblades from Mass Effect, just like that just come like out of here, and they're just like gauntlets. Or you could do it with plasma. Yeah, absolutely. The fusion blades, same idea. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, yeah, you've only got 200 characters. Tower exosuits, which are like the Titanfall suits. The problem is their weapon skill is arse, so they need training to be like weapon skill 3 or 4. Favorite Chaos Gods in order, including canon. Tzeentch, Khorne, Nurgle, Slanesh, probably. Khorne and Nurgle, take or leave, but I think I've got more to like about Khorne than I do Nurgle, because as fun as Nurgle is, Nurgle also creeps me out. Khorne doesn't. And Khorne has this little thing called Honor. Primaris Wolfen would go really well with the new Wolfen Russ. If Russ is a Wolfen, that would be fun. Did Core work with the Cursed Founding? Not that we know of. What is your opinion of Malal? I don't really have one. Also a picture of Tau using fusion goods as metal lights. Yeah, I've used it in my Tau Law video. I used it. So I know of it. Do you think in the short term traditional start is supposed to become outdated and replaced completely by the Primaris Marines? I hope not. That's my one worry with the Primaris Marines, is that the normal Marines aren't going to have a place. I really hope they still have a place and a use in their army, that they're not just completely taken over by the Primaris. That's my main worry. Make the key of the weapon skill the still field tower, and there's strength weapons, so high strength that if it hits it will wound. Well, they've got the Omega Gauntlet for that, and they've got the Fusion Blades for that. But at the same time, I kind of just think like having one unit that's weapon skill 3, just one, that'll be enough. Fairy's going to sue somebody for stealing his ideas. I think Cole was probably working on it around the same time Bile was. Okay, what time is it? It's 25-2 nearly. Okay, 10 more minutes, and then we're going to call it a stream. 10 more minutes. Has Mortarion just come to kick Gilliman's bleep, and will the Demon Primarchs all have a fight once they've returned? Mortarion's come back partially to screw with Gilliman, but also, well, it's probably just to try and screw with the Imperium one more time, but hopefully not. I'm not sure about replacing all Marines with Primaris. I'm hoping they don't, but it's not impossible. Is airbrushing easy to learn? I've never done it. Sorry, can't help you. Do you think that Primaris Marines can replace Marines, then Marines replace Guardsmen, and Guardsmen replace police forces? But there's not enough Marines to do that. There's not enough Gene Seed to do that, particularly after the Ultima Founding. There's probably just not enough Marines to replace Guardsmen, because Guardsmen number like 100 or thousands to 1 on Marines. There's not enough of them to replace the Guard. And the Guardsmen kind of already do policing duties. If they're on garrison duty, they kind of also do police work, I believe. Or sort of security, rather than maybe like detective work. You have the Arbites for that. Could Armin free Magnus from the webway after he breached it to fight Ivrain? I have no idea how he did that. If Magnus can't free himself and Tzeentch can't free him, Armin might try. Ever going to do something on Age of Sigmar? If there's enough lore, yeah, and I do the odd battle report, and I will do more hobby for it when I get rules for my elves. Will there be a Heresy 2.0? They might be setting up for that. They might be setting that up. I hope they're not, because I don't just want it to go in a big cycle, but they might do it. And yeah, the police are better equipped than the Guard, you're right. Korax, Khan, Russ are going to come home and be like, WTF is going on here, why does everyone look like it? They won't, they'll still be using their own gene seed, but the ones that go to their chapters will use their gene seed. I'm 99% of that. But it'd be interesting to see what the Primarch's reaction. I wanted to see more of what Gilliman's reaction was. We didn't get it much in Gathering Storm 3. I really hope Gilliman doesn't turn out perfect, then that there'll be a place for the loyalist Primarchs like Carnival. Oh yeah. Will Gilliman and Fulgrim have a round 2? Almost certainly. I'm sure like Magnus has had a go, now Mortarion's going to have a go, and then Fulgrim's going to have a go, and then Angron's going to have a go, and then Pert's going to have a go, and then Lorgar's going to have a go. They're all going to have a go. And they'll all lose because Gilliman will have plot armour. Thousand Suns are more fun to play than the Iron Warriors. I concur. Very much Priest of Mars, the abilities of Cyberhound, Shotgun, Shockmaws. Yeah, they have a load of stuff. When is the Emperor coming back? Hopefully never. Because I kind of like him the way he is. Do you want any of the Primarchs who are alive to die? Fulgrim, probably. There's a Battle Library book coming out at launch to detail what happened after Gathering Storm. Fair enough. Blood Raven Primarch? Whatever. I'm going to see Lord Primarchs interact, see how they behave when Dad isn't around. Well, Dad wasn't around all the time from Ullanor to the Heresy, and not all of them got on all that swimmingly, I can tell you that. It's been nice. Yes, I kind of found this impromptu. Wasn't going to stream because I was having this barbecue with my physics friends, but I'm glad I did this. I'm glad that we did this. It's been interesting to have a chat, and I finished a model, which is nice. I think the Dreadnoughts will carry out the terms. They could. I think for the sake of the setting, I prefer it that the Emperor is out of the equation. Lorgar needs to go. Fulgrim, I dislike Fulgrim more than I dislike Lorgar. Lorgar I can live with, and he's kind of necessary. Petrov will be the most interesting fight because he does nothing small. He's smashing. Perhaps, yeah. Most of them didn't like Angron. True. Or Alfarius. Do you dislike the Ultramarines? I'm alright with the Ultramarines. They're not my favourites, but they're alright. It's an awkward thing with all 18 Primarchs in a room right before the Heresy. Particularly after Nikeah, yeah, that would be awkward. Some say the Blood Ravens are descended for the Thousand Sons, but that's not confirmed. That's not confirmed. How much retire psychic powers? I have a lore video on that. Go look it up. It's in 40k stories. Could Tower build a plasma flamer? Yes, probably. I think one of them said he wouldn't trust Angron even if he was told that water was wet. Yeah, Angron was probably not the most trustworthy. Lorgar is the weakest primal, got the most done. Technically, yes. Glad you enjoyed the stream. If there was no Lorgar, it would probably be very boring. Well, if there was no Lorgar, then someone else would have been corrupted. It just found somebody to corrupt to instigate a mass rebellion that would have been like the Heresy. Favourite legions, top 3, traitor and loyal combined. Thousand Sons, Night Lords, Salamanders? Ask me again at the end of the Legion series and I'll give you a full answer. Lorgar was the weakest, but then once he turned, yeah, Lorgar Empowered was bloody brutal. Jerry Springer / Jeremy Kyle, Primarch Special. Oh my god. Ultra Violence. We need to stop the Mark of Calth. No, the Mark of Calth will only stop when every word bearer is dead. So yes, you do need to stop them. That would be a good reason for Lorgar to die in the Ultramarines' mind. I'm glad you also enjoyed the stream. It is fun to do these. I know I didn't stream for the longest time, but it's been good to do this, and particularly after exams as a de-stress, it's been really good. I really want to get the physics friends on one more time before it goes, but I need to set it up, and I'm hoping that they will be available. If they're not, then they're not, but I want to get a few physics friends on before the end. Lorgar was destined to be the first heretic. Read the book of the same name. Fair enough. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. What happened to Worldbreaker? It broke. Abaddon caught it in the Talon of Horus and snapped it. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, 5 more minutes and then we'll call time. And unlike the last time, I can't put music on it. It would just not be right. I'll get a copyright strike. And well, I won't get a copyright strike. I'll get a copyright claim and then the video will be demonetized. It won't be a copyright strike. Can I do the first War for Armageddon in lore? I will try and maybe. I might do a lore video on Armageddon sometime. I'll tell you what, I've got a content suggestion box on my Facebook page. It's link in the description. Go over there and comment what you want. Oh! Dan? Are you in the stream, Dan? Is that Dan the physics friend? Oh god. Why does everyone hate Lorgar so much? Look at my top 5 least favourite Primarchs video. I don't have my trombone with me, I'm afraid I can't do that. Oh god, it's Dan. Hi Dan. Dan is one of my physics friends. Yeah, Dan is a physics friend. He's one of the longest serving physics friends because I met him in like day 5 of first year. Probably should wait until Arch is done with it. Whatever. We'll make our own We'll have our own content. He'll do his lore video on Armageddon, and I'll do mine. And I don't care, there'll be crossover, no worries. Well, it could be worse. At least it's Dan and not like... No, I'm not going to name names because then Dan will report back and then I'll get in trouble. Busted for being a nerd. Everybody knows I'm a goddamn nerd. I do physics and I play Warhammer. How much more of a nerd do you want? Oh, and I speak another language. Just to overprove a point. Oh, and they know the physics friends know nothing about Warhammer, for the record. Like, I think everything they know I told them. There's no point asking them about anything Warhammer related, because they know shit all. Yeah, and I don't drink, even worse. And this is why I want the physics friends. Oh, and plays Tau. Yeah, even more worse. Need a better name than the League of Extraordinary Students. We're not that extraordinary, that's the thing. We're just a bunch of clever physicists. We're not that ridiculous. And half of us play rugby. Quick talking High Gothic. High Gothic is just slightly Oriental English. It's not that different. Do you have a console to do a Warhammer Let's Play? No. And I will do another hobby update on my Thousand Suns when I've finished Prospero. So when I've got my next squad done and I've got my Terminators done, I'll do an update, which will be when I get Magnus. And then once I've done Magnus, I'll do another video, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay? Is that fair enough? Low Gothic then. That just adds in more elements. Oh no, Low Gothic has the Oriental elements. High Gothic is kind of like just English with a bit of a mix. Who's Lilith? Oh god. This is a dead meme already. This is a dead meme. Q chat. This is a dead meme. Oh, fuck you, chat. Fuck you. I don't swear often, but fuck you, chat. One way to end the heresy is to show the Primates the Emperor for the 19th. God damn it. Right, well, I was saying to Ed and Isaac at the barbecue, I've got away with not being bullied over this year compared to some others. Well, now you've just given Dan some ammo. I hate you all. I hate you all. Whatever. It's fine. I'm going to be going to France next year anyway, they'll all forget. I should probably wrap the stream up before this gets completely out of control. Yeah, it's 1:45, so I am going to call this a stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been another live stream. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been entertaining. It's been productive. We've got another Marine done, which is lovely. I've got a Terminator here I'm going to work on next, and then I'm going to try and finish off the Burning of Prospero as soon as possible. So, this is the end. I'm going to stream again on Monday, I think. I'm going to try and stream. If I don't have a normal video, I'll probably just stream on Monday night, probably 6 o'clock UK or maybe 8 o'clock. I'll put an announcement video out over the weekend, let you know. And then after my exam on Wednesday, I'll almost certainly stream one more time. And if I don't stream on that Wednesday, I'm going to try and get the physics friends on a stream. Dan, that includes you. So, thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you've enjoyed it. My name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis. And I'll see you all again.